Now let us address the sign of Ashlesha Nakshatra, the ninth one, which finishes up Cancer. So this is the last nakshatra in Cancer sign. Once again, Cancer means it has something to do with masses, something to do with food, something to do with water. So, or any planet or point which is in Ashlesha Nakshatra in your chart, in your natal chart, any planet falling in Cancer in general, you got to take care of your food, of your water, of how you have an attitude or intention inside you when you're consuming food and water. Okay, Ashlesha Nakshatra, just to recap, is a protection and defense mechanism. Okay, it is ruled by the Nagas, so it is very protective, highly intuitive, can become clingy, highly energetically sensitive, highly attuned intuitively. Some queer characteristics of this might be, within Ashlesha Nakshatra, this nakshatra is responsible to protect the knowledge relating to that sign and house. If it's Ketu in the 6th house in Ashlesha, or if it's in 8th house with Ketu in it or Ketu aspecting it, it might become knowledge relating to sacred arts, relating to mystical and occult knowledge, relating to esoteric knowledge from past lives, that kind of a thing, especially if Ketu is in the 5th house in Ashlesha, for example. So protect the knowledge relating to that sign and house. See the planets and apply the significations. If any planet comes here, the native will be very easily sense any kind of trouble. Intuition is very high. Like I said, if especially Ketu is here in Ashlesha, or even Mercury is here, it becomes highly intuitive. They can sense what trouble is coming their way, what is going to happen, sort of a deja vu kind of approach. Another funny thing here is they have tendency to have least sexual inclination, as they are very picky about their partner. They can come across as very cold, but this is simply because they are trying to protect themselves. It's a very protective type energy. So they see more as lovemaking as an art rather than of just pure lust. That is Ashlesha for you. Now let us see the padas. First pada is Cancer going into Sagittarius. So there is a 6-8 relationship. Sagittarius is 6 to Cancer, Cancer is 8 to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius going in the Navamsha. Remember, Navamsha I spoke of as internal self, natal as how you bring it to physical reality, right? We told that in the introduction. So Sagittarius meaning what? Meaning moral, ethical compass, meaning father, authority, boss. So because it's a 6-8 relationship, they might have enmity with the boss because they do not give them enough respect. There is a fight between authority figures because they feel they are more deserving. Kind of a moral dilemma going from Cancer. Everything has to do with your heart. Their fights are very silent rebellion type because Sagittarius is a muted sign. One of the remedies could be go plant fruit trees in a temple complex. I see Hindus not doing this enough. Going and planting fruit trees, good fruit trees like bananas for example. Go and plant them in a temple complex, lots of fruit trees. This will get sort of milder if you do that. Many of the remedies, at least in my view, have to do with more action what you have to take with respect to collective and with respect to nature. Those are the best cures in astrology. Second pada going Cancer to Capricorn. Now these are opposite signs. Capricorn being slowing things down. Any planet going into Capricorn Navamsha will slow things down. Improvement with time and slows things down. So there is an inaction in extremity. Capricorn slows the reaction time. They remain calm and do not take any action. Do not take timely action. Something that needs to be done today, they keep postponing it to tomorrow. That's why they miss the greatest opportunities in life, as they are unable to prioritize what to do now, what to do later. This attitude needs a correction. Everything in Cancer needs an attitude correction, by the way. The remedy is to take care of dependent people, 7th house, right? You take care of your spouse, 7 relationship, Cancer to Capricorn, natal to Navamsha. Maintain a balance between donation and taking care of one's own family. Don't go around giving everything to the masses, Cancer. Reserve something for your family, for your spouse. Maintain a balance. Do not give away everything and lose everything in life. That's the second pada. The third pada, Cancer to Aquarius. There is a 6-8 relationship. Aquarius is 8 to Cancer. Cancer is 6th to Aquarius. Asking for favors and wealth. Aquarius in Navamsha wants to cheat and acquire wealth, gain, prosperity, fame at any cost. That's your internal self in Aquarius in Navamsha. So they will ask for favors and wealth even when they do not need it. Will make friends only when they have capability to provide them with unearned wealth. 8th position from Cancer is Aquarius. 8th position is unearned wealth, right? Wealth of your in-laws, you might say, because it's the family's money of your spouse, which they never return. Their expectation is that planet will provide wealth which they have not earned. Get rid of these habits. Most of karma is your habits which you are bringing on. Do not take unearned wealth of the planets or the house which is here for free, as they are only using them for personal luxury. Like Rahu. Think Rahu here. Rahu here will be an extreme position, by the way. Last, 4th pada, going from Cancer to Pisces. This is a 5-9 relationship. Okay. Pisces is 9th to Cancer. Cancer is 5th to Pisces. So how does this last pada play out? In a position to deal with public masses, Cancer is 5th to Pisces. And we'll have power there as well. There is a free will factor to this, to control actions. You can get cruel with people who cannot raise their voice. Try to control this. Don't exploit that. Don't play with the religion of the masses. Why are we talking religion here? Spirituality of the masses, Cancer and Pisces. Okay, 9 and 5 position. You're trying to educate the masses about something, especially those who come on podcasts and talk this and that about Jyotish or astrology. Be very careful. You are accumulating karma that you might not be able to find it very useful or very attractive the next time around. Try to protect the people. Try to protect the masses. Give knowledge of spirituality which has got some sound grounding. Refrain from any heavy karma of misleading the masses. Spiritual mislead of masses. Pisces is 9th dharma, 9th to Cancer. Cancer is in 5th position, educating the masses. Okay, try to take care of this. That is Ashlesha for you. Now let us go in more detail and see how different planets and points play out here. If you're finding something in this pada, and after going through this podcast, something useful, something which you found, sort of an epiphany moment, leave it in your comments and enjoy and share this podcast. Thank you.
Podcast segment title, The 4 Padas of Ashlesha Nakshatra. Subtitle, Planetary Principles and the Inner-Outer Karma Blueprint of Seduction, Subtlety, and Karmic Manipulation. Introduction. Ashlesha, the Serpent's Embrace and the Poison of Power. Ashlesha Nakshatra spans from 16D40 to 30D00 Cancer, ruled by Mercury and symbolized by the entwining serpent. Often misunderstood, Ashlesha is a nakshatra of immense psychic sensitivity, hypnotic emotional intelligence, and karmic depth. Its embrace can heal or suffocate. It holds the knowledge of toxins, literal and metaphorical, and with it, the responsibility of when and how to use them. While Cancer as a sign is nurturing and emotional, Ashlesha infuses it with cunning, secrecy, and strategic perception. This is not the mother who nurtures openly, but the one who silently controls, protects, or punishes through emotional leverage. Its deity, the Nagas, serpent beings, represent ancient wisdom, instinctual defense, and karmic binding. This is the knot in the emotional matrix where one must confront power dynamics, repressed fears, and inherited control patterns. Each of Ashlesha's four padas introduces a unique karmic lens through a different Navamsha, shifting the way this powerful serpent energy operates from fire to earth to air to water. Let's unravel the pattern of each pada before we examine planetary examples. Ashlesha Pada 1, 16 degree 40 to 20 degree pada Cancer. Navamsha sign, Sagittarius Dharma Pada elemental shift, water to fire. Motivation, Dharma, to justify one's power through belief or moral superiority. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outwardly nurturing and reactive, Cancer Rashi. Inwardly ideological, proud, and self-righteous, Sagittarius Navamsha. This is the snake that bites when its truth is not acknowledged. These natives often experience silent workplace rebellion or internal conflict with authority, especially father figures or bosses who are perceived as hypocritical or undeserving. They may feel morally superior, yet act passive-aggressively rather than directly. Karmic theme, disrespect toward elders, righteousness without humility. Growth path, honor rightful authority. Plant karma through service, not judgment. Ashlesha Pada 2, 20 degree Wealth to 23 degree 20 Cancer. Navamsha sign, Capricorn Arthapada, elemental shift, water to earth. Motivation, Artha, to maintain power by controlling resources and outcomes. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outwardly emotionally intelligent and strategic, Cancer Rashi. Inwardly cautious, structured, and slow to act, Capricorn Navamsha. This is the cold strategist in the guise of emotional warmth. Natives here often delay important decisions, failing to prioritize what truly matters until it's too late. Though they feel deeply, they act with reservation, often missing transformative opportunities. Overgiving is another pitfall, where the imbalance between charity and family duty causes emotional depletion. Karmic theme, paralysis in action, karmic imbalance in giving. Growth path, take responsibility without hesitation, balance duty and generosity mindfully. Ashlesha Pada 3, 23D20 to 263040 Cancer. Navamsha sign, Aquarius, Kama Pada elemental shift, water to air. Motivation, Kama, to fulfill desires by aligning with power or influence. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outwardly sensitive and emotionally connected, Cancer Rashi. Inwardly socially calculated and opportunistic, Aquarius Navamsha. This is the networker snake, bonding only when there's something to gain. Natives often form relationships based on future favors or access to unearned resources. They may expect others to fulfill desires without offering reciprocal effort. Emotional manipulation is masked under friendliness. Karmic theme, taking without returning, emotional debt, social exploitation. Growth path, build authentic friendships, give without expectation or control. Ashlesha Pada 4, 2640 to 30 degrees 0 Cancer. Navamsha sign, Pisces, elemental shift, water to water. Motivation, moksha, to dissolve power through emotional sacrifice or misuse. Inner-outer karma blueprint, outwardly emotionally powerful and mother-like, Cancer Rashi. Inwardly dreamy, mystical, and karmically entangled, Pisces Navamsha. This is the mystic snake, wielding emotional magnetism in the public eye. Natives can hold immense influence over the masses, particularly through religion, family roles, or emotional leadership. However, the karmic trap lies in exploiting this influence, especially when playing with people's faith, children's futures, or public trust. Karmic theme, emotional cruelty masked as compassion, abuse of public trust. Growth path, lead with truth. Protect the innocent without exploiting their vulnerability. Ashlesha Pada summary, the four faces of the serpent. Pada 1 Sagittarius, seeks moral dominance and validation. Trap, disrespectful rebellion and silent arrogance. Growth, humble realignment with purpose-driven service. Pada 2 Capricorn, seeks control through withholding and caution. Trap, overanalysis, delay, and burnout from overgiving. Growth, act timely and anchor nourishment in practical balance. Pada 3 seeks strategic alliances and fulfilled desires. Trap, friendships of convenience, selfish expectation. Growth, develop genuine bonds that are emotionally mutual. Pada 4, Pisces, seeks emotional liberation through influence. Trap, exploiting emotions, children, or faith for ego. Growth, practice true emotional leadership without control. Closing thought, Ashlesha's power is not in the bite, but in the intention behind it. Planets in Ashlesha Nakshatra teach us the power of subtle emotional manipulation, how we hold others with our energy, and whether that embrace is healing or suffocating. The serpent's wisdom is ancient, but must be wielded with deep integrity. Otherwise, what begins as care becomes karmic entrapment. Next in the series, Magha Nakshatra, where ancestral legacy meets personal pride and the throne must be earned, not inherited. Ashlesha Nakshatra Pada with examples of planets. Exploring how planetary placement shapes karma, expression, and evolution across the four padas. Ashlesha Pada 1, Sagittarius Navamsha, Cancer 16 graded 20 grets, outer self Rashi, emotionally perceptive, strategic, and reactive. Cancer, inner self Navamsha, philosophical, belief-driven, morally rigid. Sagittarius. Motivation, Dharma, driven by principles, but often expresses them subtly or indirectly. Examples, Sun in Pada 1, projects a caring leader image but is internally guided by personal ethics and moral superiority, may clash with father figures or workplace authority. Result, gains power through emotional authority, but risks alienation if rigid views go untempered. Growth comes through respecting different perspectives. Mercury in Pada 1 appears emotionally intelligent, but communicates from a place of idealism or dogma. Result, may be an educator, writer, or healer with a sharp tongue masked in emotional tone. Karma lies in preaching without listening. Saturn in Pada 1, slow to express emotional needs, feels burdened by others' expectations. Inner belief, I must carry this weight silently. Result, deeply dutiful in service roles, but may resent lack of appreciation. Must learn to voice personal boundaries with compassion. Ashlesha Pada 2, Capricorn Navamsha, Cancer 20 degrees 00 20, outer self, emotionally driven, sensitive, nurturing. Inner self, restrained, practical, time-conscious. Motivation, Artha, focused on long-term material and emotional sustainability. Examples, Moon in Pada 2, emotionally invested in family and duty, internally focused on discipline, but slow to act emotionally. Result, excellent in caregiving professions or management roles in health well-being sectors. Karma shows up in overextension or ignoring personal needs. Venus in Pada 2, affectionate outwardly, but inwardly cautious and calculating in love. May give too much or nothing at all. Result, needs to learn emotional reciprocity, mustn't treat love like a transaction. Growth comes through balanced service and self-worth. Jupiter in Pada 2, nurtures others with wisdom and teaching, but inner caution prevents spontaneous generosity. Result, can become a guiding elder or counselor, but must overcome procrastination and judgment in offering help. Ashlesha Pada 3, Aquarius Navamsha, Cancer 23D20, 26D40. Outer self, emotionally expressive, caring, yet protective Cancer. Inner self, detached, futuristic, group-oriented. Motivation, Kama, seeks connection through alignment with influential networks or people. Examples, Mercury in Pada 3 communicates with charm and emotional sensitivity, but internally seeks gain or influence through relationships. Result, may be a persuasive speaker, PR strategist, or social manipulator. Karma involves misuse of information or emotional tactics to gain favor. Rahu in Pada 3 magnetizes powerful social connections, appears emotionally supportive, but inner hunger drives manipulation or entitlement. Result, can rise fast in networks or media, but downfall if relationships are transactional or exploitative. Growth comes from selfless alignment. Mars in Pada 3, outwardly protective, but uses friendships or community affiliations to fulfill personal agendas. Result, could be a political or community activist. Karma lies in learning that power must be earned, not extracted from others. Asha Pada 4, Pisces Navamsha, Cancer 26D40, 30 or outer self, emotionally potent, intuitive, nurturancer. Inner self, dreamy, mystical, karmically laden. Motivation, moksha, driven by the desire to transcend emotional wounds and guide others. Examples, Moon in Pada 4, deep emotional connection to the public or masses, feels others' pain intensely, often subconsciously. Result, strong psychic and maternal abilities, but can be overwhelmed by karmic weight. Healing comes through setting clear boundaries. Ketu in Pada 4, appears emotionally reserved or detached, internally disconnected from worldly needs. Result, has spiritual insight and healing ability, but must avoid using mystical authority to dominate or confuse others. Sincerity over secrecy is key. Venus in Pada 4 radiates emotional seduction, love, and healing. Inwardly carries unfulfilled romantic or creative longings. Result: can lead as a visionary artist, spiritual teacher, or public counselor. Must release control and practice unconditional love. Ashlesha Pada summary: the 4 serpent paths. Pada 1, Sagittarius, seeks moral and emotional superiority. Trap: silent rebellion, righteousness, internal arrogance. Growth: honor authority and share wisdom through humility. Pada 2, Capricorn, seeks security through structure and calculated service. Trap: delayed actions, over-responsibility, energy drain. Growth: prioritize decisively, give from strength, not guilt. Pada 3, social access, intellectual seduction. Trap: relationship manipulation, emotional opportunism. Growth: give freely, connect genuinely, trust the process. Pada 4, Pisces, liberation through emotional power and mystical leadership. Trap: misuse of spiritual authority, martyrdom. Growth: guide without dominating, feel without controlling, heal without ego. Conclusion: Ashlesha's evolution lies in how you embrace and why. In Ashlesha, the karmic snake coils around emotion, power, and influence. The planets placed here reveal how we wrap around others, whether we offer shelter, control, or quiet sabotage. Each pada unfolds a different spiritual test. Will we manipulate or uplift? Will we hold on or release? Will we poison or purify? This is not a nakshatra to take lightly, but when embraced with clarity and courage, Ashlesha offers the power to break karmic knots and become a true emotional alchemist.